What's up, everybody? Welcome into a Saturday edition, Doc's Daily. It is Saturday, August 16th. August 16th. We are midway through August. Hope everybody, you can hear me okay? We are late. We apologize. We are late. But we're coming in hot, folks. We're coming in hot. I got lighting issues. This thing ain't gonna work for me. I'm telling you right now. I don't know what's my clip broke for my light. And it's just whatever. There's a long line at Starbucks. It is what it is. It's Saturday, folks. I got it though, folks. I got it. Don't worry. Bag secured. We are live in full effect Saturday morning, though. Welcome in. Thanks for stopping in. We are Doc's Daily. Saturdays are a little bit more looser of a normal show than you would see Monday through Friday from Doc's Daily. It's just Griffin and I every Saturday, and we're gonna go through the MLB card. I mean, we'll go. You guys got questions about games? Drop them in the chat. We'd love to respond. Go over, cap some games together. See what? Because I'll be honest with you, I don't have a lot today. I got a little bit of sprinkle action over a few football games. Docs, they talk 1 to 8 units, but I'm not talking like half unit stuff. I mean, I got a few sprinkles here and there. If you don't think I have a Lions and Tigers parlay, turn away now, because I do. I know I'm not supposed to parlay. I'm not supposed to be homer on the whatever during work hours or all this stuff. I do. It's my biggest play.
You weren't telling me today, man.
It's my biggest play today. Okay. I don't have a lot though. I don't today. And it is what it is. But don't forget, like, share, subscribe. Free $60 account. This is important. Not enough people take advantage of this. I found out this week, I was talking with somebody who's been a long time viewer of the channel for a very long time, right? And told me that, wow, I never even took advantage of that free $60 account. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, I mean, how can you watch the channel for 5+ years and not take advantage of $60 account? What are you doing? Like, right, so, and they have bought plays from the website and not taken advantage. I'm like, what are you doing? So, free $60 account, docsports.com/free60. If you have not taken advantage of this, we always say new customers. If you've never taken advantage of it, take advantage of it. There's a link in the description of the video. You can use the $60 any way you want. Daily picks, season pass, you put it towards whatever capper you want. I'm not going to tell you that anybody's hotter than they've ever been during their time at Doc Sports. I'm not going to point a finger. I'm going to point multiple over there. This guy, hotter than he's ever been at Doc Sports. We'll get into that a little bit more, but he won't toot his own horn. So I will. That sounds so bad, by the way. As a free $60 account, links in the description of the video. YouTube Premium. Listen. I'm going to toot my own horn. For $5 a month, for $4.99 a month, you can start your entry-level YouTube Premium. I'm up over $700 on these video plays this week. This week, we're up over $700. If you were $100 better, you're up over $700. And I give out 5 plays a week. 5 days a week, so you might get a play from me because we lost yesterday, and I don't like to end on Fridays at a loss. I don't like to go. I don't like, even though we cash big Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I don't like to end on a bad note on a Friday. So we got some stuff going on. So, Griffin Murphy, you ready for the weekend?
I'm ready for the weekend, Lenny. My weekend already kicked off, brother. My brother's birthday was actually yesterday. He just turned 27, so I went out with the boys last night. I was out with Nick last night, and tomorrow is my birthday. And
yeah,
Nick dropped the bomb on me yesterday. We were golfing on the golf course, finished up golf.
We're going to the Cubs game.
Going to the Cubs game. I had no idea. He got like 6 scout seats, so he's taking me to the Cubs game on Monday. Can't be. I'm jacked up, jacked to the nine. Obviously, today's a massive day, UFC event. Might go down to the city. Was considering going to the fights. My buddies had tickets to go. I was going to go, ended up dropping the ball last minute. Didn't want to go. Wanted to watch them instead. So go downtown this weekend or tonight, watch some fights. That's probably going to be in the cards, but looking forward to that game on Monday, Lenny.
That sounds awesome. Yeah, I was on a show yesterday with Nick, and he's like, "Hey, Monday, I can't be on Doc's Daily," and I'm like, "Okay, I'll probably get Griffin to, whatever, fill in for you or whatever." He's like, "Nah, he can't either. I'm taking him to the Cubs game for his birthday on Sunday." Yeah, I'm like, "Does he know?" And he's like, "No, he doesn't know yet." So,
yeah, he dropped it on me, and then he showed me the seats. I said, "Bro, all right, let's
I'm
go."
in. Yeah,
So,
all
yeah,
right,
it's
let's
gonna be
go.
legit.
Let's head over to chat, say hi before we get into a few things. I see a lot of people
Mhm.
already folding in as the Saturdays usually start. Ride Cape, how's it going? What's up, Steven? My favorite edition of Doc's Daily. That's what I'm talking about, Steven. They don't know. They don't. Hey, listen, Steven, don't tell nobody except people you know. You could share us out to people you know, but don't. The people at Doc's, they don't know how undercover this show is. We want to keep it that way. We're about the people. I'm the people's degenerate. This is yeah. Don't tell nobody, because then they'll want to be on and do all that, and no.
And I clear my entire baseball slate for you guys. I only put out 1 to 2 premiums on Saturday. Usually it's 4 or 5 games. We're giving them out. We're giving them out today. We keep it under the radar.
I don't want to flex too much because I might rip it, but
by the way, Lenny, love it. It's
listen. I'm not gonna lie. I was texting Griffin at this show starts at 8 a.m. Vegas time, right? And at 7:47, I'm texting him. He's texting me whatever we're going back for. I'm like, I'm in the Starbucks line, man. I don't know to tell you, drive through. Normally it's not this bad. There's like 7 cars deep. I whip in and I'm like, oh shit, I might be 2 minutes late. And then I got home, and I reached to the Lions end of the closet. And this is my closet is sectioned by Lions, Pistons, Wings, Tigers, and then stuff my wife makes me wear. And there's 5.
This is not a degenerate, people. This is somebody with passion. This is passion. Are you kidding me? Detroit all the way, baby.
I tell you. So I reached back in the Lions end of whatever. So this is what you got. If you think there was a lot of planning into this, there was not. And then there's the hair. So don't even move. Morning, fellas. What's happening? All Griff does is win. Let me tell you, Griffin is on fire lately. Hey, Letty, can you spot me $5? $5? No, I'm telling you right there. Happy birthday, Griff. Browns today. Not in my city.
About that, Kelly.
Happy birthday, Griff. There you go. Yeah. Listen, later we'll sing happy. Stick around to the end of the show. We'll sing happy birthday to Griffin. All right, let's get into some stuff. Like I said, I got a little sprinkles and some football stuff. So I'll be honest with you, we'll get more into football as this Saturday show evolves down to football. Yeah. But I don't want to really spend a lot of time today. I mean, if you do, that's you can, but I don't want to spend a lot of time talking about a bunch of football. I don't to each their own. Listen, if you want preseason football plays, I don't know if you have any, but we talked about this on last Saturday show. Check out Robert Faringo. Yeah. I'm not plugging anybody or anything or whatever, but that guy he's the guy for preseason stuff for sure. Yeah. Strike Sports, Strike Point Sports, those guys for sure. It's like tomato, Coke, Pepsi, chicken nugget, chicken tender. I don't care. And it doesn't matter. I don't have it. So I got a few first half plays and some degenerate stuff, but that's about it.
Yeah, to counter that as well with Robert, I don't release. So my lifetime with Docs, I actually have a very strong preseason record. It's 9-5. I went and recorded or picked up all of my numbers. So I'm 9-5 lifetime on preseason. But this season, I kind of backed off a little bit because there's not enough value. There's too many liabilities in preseason games for me. And I don't love to just cork games like that. Like you guys hear me on this show every single Saturday. And the biggest take that I always go into is liability. This pitcher's a liability. We're going against the liability. Well, across the preseason football, there's liabilities across every single game at nearly every single position. That does not mean by any means there's no value to play on these matchups. I am speaking for myself. I've watched Tony George absolutely hammer preseason football. I've watched Robert Faringo hammer preseason football. Last week, we said to take Robert's selections. Robert is a very high volume type of guy. He'll typically put out, last week, I know he had 8 plays. He went 6-2. He plays volume. So there's a full board of 10 games on the slate for the day. He's going to mathematically win that thing based off a number. So he can drill. He can go 7-3 on a 10-play card. He's going to come out and profit. So that's Roberts. I don't know his method. I don't know his system. But if
I don't want to know the method behind the madness. I know
it's chaos.
It's chaos, right? I don't know what's going into the concoction, and I don't know what happens in Robert's lab, but Robert does his thing, and it's profitable. That's all that matters. And you know, to each their own. Like I'm a degenerate, so I'm gonna follow Robert. You know, but I'm not gonna do the work. There's too much work for preseason. Stop Gio had a question. 2 or 3 things you research in off season. To be honest with you, I said this, and this is a boring answer on I said this on Betting Outside the Box with Raphael. Shameless plug, Mondays and Fridays, 6 o'clock Eastern. I read a lot. This sounds like the dumbest thing a Detroit public school kid can tell you, but I read a lot. I read a lot of articles involving training camp. There's only so much time in the day. You know, I got kids in high school, and I got a life. You know, there's only so much stuff you can do as far as research. And I watch a lot of this again sounds square, but I watch a lot of network stuff with like in-depth training camp reports and stuff like that, more to get a feel of how guys are vibing together. I want to see how the chemistry vibes together with maybe a new coach coordinator, maybe a new quarterback, new guy putting into the system, new receiver, you know, something like that. I just do my homework. I don't know, like is there's not a specific site or there's not a specific, oh, look at this stat, you know, and I wish it was that easy, but I just, you know, I'm still a 12-year-old kid watching everything about football I possibly can.
Yeah.
All the time. All year long.
and to go off on what you're saying, so Gio asked that question, 2 or 3 top things. There's no system. It's a very artsy type of craft when you're looking at preseason football. But the main key components that I look at, Gio, are there new head coaches? Are there new offensive coordinators? Are there new defensive coordinators? Are there quarterbacks dueling it out for a quarterback spot for that number 1 role? Core positions are critical when it comes to these things. And then you need to look at statistics from teams on how they played on the defensive side last year. For instance, you can use teams for examples who struggled in the secondary. They're going to be main focus is going to be stopping the pass all preseason long. If a team struggled on their interior pass rush, the defensive line, there are going to be numerous reasons on why to scout a team on how they can stop the run on efficiency. But this stuff all kind of comes into fruition when the season finally starts. That's why I don't love preseason. So, Gio, don't feel like you're behind. You're not behind. Don't feel that way whatsoever. Nobody knows what's going on right now. Cleveland Browns, for instance, they've got Shador Sanders, they've got Flacco, they've got Gabriel, they've got Pickett, they've got every single guy in this spot trying to fight for a quarterback role. There are so many sequences, and at the end of the day, that's all going to turn into bullshit come week 1. We're going to see who the actual starters are.
Right out the window.
Right. It's all going to come. It's gone. So that's the reality of it. Once you get into week 2, week 3, if you're still asking yourself, I'm behind, well, then you've got to start doing some homework. And just like Lenny said, scouting reports, that is critical. How are guys playing at training camp? Are they fighting? Are they getting along as a core? How are the quarterbacks performing? Like Justin Fields with the Jets. I saw a thing from a press conference. He's 8 for 34 in passes in like 3 games in preseason scout practice. That's terrible. That is not good. So when Fields is on the field, you don't really have any trust in this guy coming out. So that's another situation. He may come out in tonight or today's matchups if he plays today. They play at 6, and Fields could come out and pass for 100%. That's the liability in betting on preseason football.
I'm looking forward to that game. Actually, that's one of the games I want to watch in the afternoon. Is Jets Giants. I mean, if you don't think in 1 hour and 42 minutes that I'll be opening up a cold one and watching the Lions game at 10 a.m. on a Sunday when they play Miami. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And things that I know I'm going to use my Lions as an example here, but it's just a homer thing right now. But as an example, I'll watch some preseason stuff, and watch the crowd. This is a home game for the Lions. They're first since losing a playoff game last year to go to the Super Bowl, okay, to Washington. So they played in Atlanta. Then they played the Hall of Fame game. This is their first game at Ford Field since that game.
Yeah.
If you don't think the city of Detroit will have that stadium packed for a preseason game on a Saturday morning with nothing else to do in the city of Detroit, you're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You are dead wrong. And I'm using the Lions as an example, and I'm not saying to go bet on the Lions or all that. Sure, I have a bet on the Lions. First quarter, first half, full game. Absolutely. I'm not telling you to do that. That's a homer play. But I'm saying those are spots that you will look for. Those are things that I watch. Like, you know, is who's showing out? Like you mentioned, DK Metcalf being a new addition to, an offense. So Aaron Rodgers, how does he plug into the Steelers? Yeah. Stuff like that. I'm just kind of going to watch. Bengals are going to the Super Bowl. Just ask Craig. I mean, that's the end of football. That's always the end of football talk right there. Good job, Scott. Way to segue into baseball. The first game on the board. Listen, Cubs day game, right?
Yes.
Cubs at home on a day game against the Pirates. They coming off. They lost yesterday, right?
They lost outright yesterday.
Yeah, they lost outright yesterday. I've been on a heater all week. Yeah. And I got my teeth kicked in yesterday on two plays primarily. I had like a 5 and a 4 unit, and they both lost. And I'm not going to – if you're following on the Midwest Syndicate, I don't know what to tell you. It was one of those days. You know, like we won the 2 unit, but we lost the 5 and 4. CFL can't be touched. I'm on fire, man. But baseball got my Diamondbacks and the Astros.
Oh, man.
Had them both on the run line. They both lost outright. Just bang, bang, just boom, just So if you don't think I'm back on those today, absolutely. And somebody mentioned this in the chat before we get into baseball, whatever. How about the Brewers? Talk to me about that. Like they can't lose.
Bro.
I'm afraid like it's the Brewers run line for me, right? But I will say this. I've been on the train since day one when everybody was like, oh, the Brewers snapped their first 11 game win streak. And everybody's like, oh, they lost. And I was like, oh, revenge factor. I'm back on the train. And everybody was like, no. Yeah, wait. Nope. I've been on since day one. Every single day. Even yesterday. I live bet the Brewers when they were down 7-1.
Did you do it, dude?
I threw a $20 bill on it. I was sitting there last night and I'm like, I'm watching Brewers. I pulled up my score and I'm like, oh, they're down 7. I'm like, well, there's that. And I'm like, I put my phone down and I was like, you know what? I got a $20 bill, says the Brewers.
Yep.
And then I took up like plus 4.5 runs. And I was, sure, $20 bill. Screwing
Me and
around.
Nick were watching that game out back at my house 8-1. And Nick Martinez is on the bump. And he pitched absolutely sensational at home. And I'm looking at this game and Nick's going, dude, I'm going to live bet this thing. They're down 8. He live bet him plus 1,200 and comes back and wins this game. Dude, this team shows no signs of quitting whatsoever. Nick talks about him all the time. I'm going to talk about it. Andrew Vaughn, traded from the Chicago White Sox. Since being traded to Milwaukee, this guy's batting over 350. He's corking bombs. His slugging percentage is sensational. Looks better. Looks like he's in better shape. Fits the uniform, fits all of it. I opened up this winning streak for the Milwaukee Brewers, and I will take that pride. I had a game of the year on them to kick off the month. As soon as that game of the year hit, they have not lost since. It is now August 16th. My game of the year was the 1st of August. They're still winning. They're still winning. You could thank me, Milwaukee Brewers. Call the front office. You can have my cell phone number. Call me up. You're welcome.
Hit me up on Twitter. Shoot me a DM. Yeah, shoot me a DM. We'll talk about it. Zach Little on the mound, though, for the Reds. Listen, I don't want to try. I'm not going to try and predict when the Brewers lose.
Sure.
Like, I'm not trying to, what people say, catch a falling knife. I'm not trying to predict when the streak ends. Sure. I'm on the Brewers at minus 120, 130, wherever you can get it at, shop your lines. But that's a good price for the best team in baseball. I don't care who they're playing. Line up all the other teams, one after the other. I don't care if they're playing the Dodgers, Padres, whoever the hottest team is in baseball, other than them right now, at minus 120, 130, I'm taking them on the money line every day.
Of course.
Every day. It's just based off of momentum.
Yeah.
The end. Why overcap this? We talk about analysis paralysis and overcapping it. When you find something and you cap it and you like it, bet it. The end. That is how, you want the secret sauce? That is it. You find it, you like it, you bet it, move on.
Agreed.
Don't overanalyze it. Don't watch the game because you'll drive yourself nuts. That's why they invented Xanaxes, because people like us watch these games. Don't do it. Okay? Don't do it. Bet it and forget it.
Quinn Price here on the bump. He's 5-1 on the road. He's got a 3.3 ERA on the road this season.
Yeah.
They've won 13 games in a row. There's absolutely nothing left to talk about in this game. Keep riding the momentum with the Milwaukee Brewers.
That's fair. So we agree on the I'm on the Cubs run line.
So am I.
Okay. All right. So that, Amanaga. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's the Pirates. They're not going to take this series. That's how I look at this. I would have bet the Cubs to sweep them, but I didn't. I mean, no-brainers for me today are the Cubs, probably. Definitely the Cubs. Like, I don't want to get way too degenerate. But like Cubs money line, Brewers money line, Tigers 3-team parlay, money line parlay, pizza money. Run that shit. If you want to get degenerate, throw the Lions on there. Don't throw the Lions on there. You know what? Tell me how the Tigers lose.
Tigers. Are you talking
Casey
about
Mize is on the mound?
You got Zach Matthews on the bump for Minnesota, and Zach Matthews has been pretty stellar at home this season. I will say, despite his 5.11 ERA overall, he's got about a 2.8 ERA at home this season. Casey Mize, he's been very unpredictable, I will say, this season. But at the same time, I'm not going to tell you the Detroit Tigers are going to lose this game. They're 6-4 in the last 10 games on a 3-game winning streak. I believe the regression phase is over. We talked about it last week on Docs Daily, and this team is finally putting the baseball and scoring runs. Offensive production is there. Pitching has been there. The line is this way because Zebby Matthews is on the bump, and the books know how well this guy pitches at home. The problem is I'm not going to back Minnesota. Their offense is brutal. They're 23rd in baseball when it comes to offensive runs per game. 5-5 in their last 10 games on a 2-game losing streak. No momentum carried into this matchup. And then you've got the Tigers, man, and they're 13th in team batting average and slugging percentage. When you are playing at Target Field, that is a very big ballpark, and you need to look for teams that know how to find gaps because that's where runs are scored. The long ball is not as efficient. The Tigers are 9th in the long ball. That's not really a heavy confluence to look at in a game like this. Target Field, any of these bigger ballparks, T-Mobile, anything like that. So in this sequence, Tigers plus value. Analysis paralysis? No, don't overlook this game. They're the better team, and they should win this matchup. Divisional matchup, so they're going to take it way more intense. They need to keep running in this division because they've got the Guardians chasing them. So I love this play. Casey Mize on the bump. Don't overthink it. The public is going to be all over Detroit in this game, as they should be, and I think this is going to be a public plus money winner here, Lenny.
Let me give you my thought on this, and I'm going to take my homerness out. I really try to with Tigers plays. I really do some days. Most days, I try to take my homerness out of them. There are some days I'm betting the Tigers because I said so.
Mm-hmm.
That's the end, right?
Sure.
Here's my thought on this. The Tigers truly do not have a number 2.
Nope.
It's Tarek Skubal, the end pitching rotation. From there, it's pitching chaos. Casey Mize is the closest thing we have to a true number 2. Mm-hmm. Casey Mize solidifies that number 2 spot today. Today, in a divisional matchup, in a series that they not only want to take, which they've taken the first 2 out of 4, they want to sweep.
Of course.
With Chris Paddock on the mound tomorrow, with probably a getaway, kind of like whatever, the Tigers are 12-6 in their last 18. I don't want to hear no more shit about regression. I'm tired. Like, I don't want to hear no more about that. The Tigers are gritty. The Tigers are, I'm not saying they're dominant. They're not the Brewers. They're not what they were in the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, nobody gives a shit if you beat them by 5 or 1 run. It's about the W's, and the Tigers have 12 of them in the last 18 games.
Yeah.
So I'm on the Tigers. I won't tell you to bet them on the run line because they're gritty. Gritty Tigs. That's what we call ourselves, with Gritty Tigs. And the Gritty Tigs will probably win this game 7-6 in 15 innings. Okay, but either way, they're going to come just to give me a heart attack, but they will come away with the W here in this game. So the Tigers worry me 162 times a year, Stephen.
I want to touch up on this though, Lenny, as well, because Casey Mize is on the bump, and he's been really good on the road this year. He's got a 4-3 record with a 3.52 ERA. So listen, the public, the market, they're already baiting the trap. They want you to be on the Tigers in this game. So if you're going to fall into that trap and you want to bet on the Tigers today, I'm not personally betting on them, but as a free selection, absolutely, the Tigers are the play. There's nothing to overthink here. But the way to go about this game is an alternative run line. Take the Tigers, flip them, because they're already plus value. So you want to get bang for your buck, turn that thing to a 1-2 risk to reward, opposed to just getting a plus 105 line on this. You can get them at plus 200, plus even more if you take them on that alternative minus 1.5, because if the Tigers win this game, they're probably going to score a lot of runs in this matchup, and it probably should be within at least 2-run differential. So the value is in the alternative run line with the Tigers here today.
I don't hate the team total over 4.5 either, because I think they do score some. I think there's some runs scored in that game in general from the Tigers side. But
and Minnesota's bullpen sucks, dude. They're 4.25 ERA. So if Zebby does get lit up, they're going to look ahead with Paddock on the bump tomorrow. So they're going to look ahead. They're not going to want to put any of their sharp guys out. They're going to want to save them for tomorrow. So that's another thing for Minnesota as well to look at. They could be looking ahead for Sunday's game opposed to today's game, knowing Casey Mize is on the bump. There's a lot of different angles in this game. I like them alternative run line plus 200. So on that one. But we got the chat rolling here. We got Nick in here. He's back.
Yeah, Nick Beckett's back. Nick, how we feeling today, boys? Cubbies bounce back today. Absolutely. We like the Cubbies on the run line today.
Rodney,
any other games you guys like? Drop them in the chat. I don't want to let's talk about this Padres-Dodgers series, man. Your boy Dylan Cease. I'm gonna call him your boy Dylan Cease because he's former White Sox and White Sox player, and I can't stand this guy. I want to bet the Padres so bad today. But I'm not going. I didn't. I'm hoping. Best case, I'll tell you right now, if somebody scores in the first inning of that game, I'll be on the other side live. So I will get just for plus money, because right now I think it's Dodgers minus whatever 120, 30. Yeah, 120-ish, 30, wherever. That's not good enough for me at Padres plus 115. It's not good enough. I want to be on the Padres, but it's not a good enough price for me it's not enticing enough. So I'm going to wait and kind of see maybe if I get a live bet, if I'm around, see where I'm at. Kind of go ahead.
Let me flip your head really quick, Lenny. So Dylan Cease gets the start here for the Padres. And you guys heard me talk about Blake Snell several times, liability only for the situation of he doesn't have a lot of innings of work this season. Same time, this is a different sequence, and I'll tell you why. Dylan Cease on the road this season, he's winless. He's 0-7 with a 5.52 ERA. At home for Dylan Cease at Petco, 5-3 record, 3.61 ERA. This guy gets lit up on the road. He's done it his entire career. He did it with the Chicago White Sox. He's doing it now with the Padres. He has done this for years on end. This guy gets torched. Blake Snell, very strong arm in that rotation. The Padres, they used to be very good hitting team against left-handed pitching. Not so much this season. At that price, minus 135, the hell with it. Throw all of that out the table. Take the Dodgers minus half a run first 5 innings. I believe they're going to absolutely crack open Dylan Cease early in this game. That's a plus value play as well. So I like that play much.
I don't hate that.
Kill the bullpens, rip apart Dylan Cease in this game. He sucks on the road.
I'll tell you, I got away from first 5 this year, and it's my own fault. It's not because I chose to or wanted to. That's just where the direction of baseball kind of guided me. I could be more disciplined as a capper personally, for sure. But that's just handicapping myself, right? As a handicapper, you should handicap yourself first. And I'm handicapping myself, and baseball took me a different path this year, but
Sure.
I'm traditionally a first five kind of guy, nerfy guy, first
Mm-hmm.
five guy. You know what I mean? For situations like this, when the bullpens are, and I know I have a bead on the starters, I want to play first five only. That's
Yeah.
it. It's the only, like today in football. I know I said I didn't want to talk a lot about football, but I keep going back to
We
it.
can talk
I have a
football.
lot of first halves.
Yeah.
I don't think I have one full game other than the Lions, but I'm not counting that. But like I have a lot of first half stuffs, either over, under. I saw somebody Derek mentioned he bet.
I like that.
This is an angle. We
Yes.
talked about this.
Mm-hmm.
Robert talked about this on Football Release Party Thursday, 6:00. Check that out. It's every Thursday. But
Very
Robert
good
mentioned
show.
this. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Robert mentioned this, and we're really breaking down some angles in that Thursday night show right now during preseason before we get really going with regular season stuff. But this was one of those angles, and he brought up stats talking about like going back 2021, I think, as far as last couple of years, and like as opposed to week one totals, as opposed to what happened week two.
Yeah.
The last 4 or 5 years. And it was nuts to see the trend because we saw so many overs last week that some people, Derek included, their angle is just unders completely all the way across the board. If you were to do that though, yesterday, I think both games went over last night, if I'm not mistaken. I know the Chiefs and Seahawks did because it finished 33-16. And there's no way a title was in the or total was in
Every
the
single
50s.
game went over yesterday.
Both games, Titans and Falcons finished 23-20. So yeah, and
no, I'm looking at the wrong week. My apologies.
It was only 2 games yesterday.
Yeah.
Chiefs, Seahawks, and Titans, Falcons, and
43. I don't know what that total was on Tennessee and Atlanta.
I'm looking right
43 right now, but I would assume that Chiefs Seahawks game went over the total. But here's another stat for you guys. Everybody betting preseason football today. Underdogs went 9-3 outright last week. 9-3. So there, and on that the football release party, we get very analytical in certain aspects, and we talked about that. So Robert mentioned a very strong stat. Team underdogs that win games outright the following week, there's a 60% win rate of them losing. So today, this is a day where you want to pound the favorites. Now, another key instrument that I use, and you could find this anywhere. I can't drop the website, unfortunately, but I will tell you guys this right now. So week 2 of preseason, I'll go down the list. Andy Reid, 14-8 against the spread as a head coach. John Harbaugh, this is for the Baltimore Ravens. This is his weakest week in historical data. He's 8-7 against the spread, 41-21 lifetime though in preseason football. But in week 2, 8-7 against the spread. Mike Tomlin, 9-8 against the spread. Mike McCarthy, he's gone. Sean Payton, 6-9 against the spread. Not good whatsoever. Pete Carroll, 6-6 against the spread. Sean McDermott, 4-2 against the spread. There's a lot of favorites out here today that you want to go and look at. Can I give it out, Lenny? I don't know if I'm allowed to even say it.
I don't know. I don't know what you're saying. I don't know. I don't know what website you're talking about.
Oh, it's Odd Shark.
Oh.
Go check out.
Whatever. Hey, listen, information is power. Information is power. That's how I feel. So if I get in trouble for it, I get in trouble for it. But I ask for if you guys haven't figured anything out from Detroit Lenny at Docs, Lenny asks for forgiveness before he asks for permission.
Sure.
Okay, I'm 52 years old, and that's got me this far. Okay, I'm just saying in life, Lenny asks for forgiveness before he asks for permission.
I do want to say really quick, everybody is going to be all over the Giants considering they're going to be terrible this year, and they need to put some type of winning momentum together. Brian Dable is 2-8 lifetime against the spread in preseason football, 0-3 against the spread in week 2. Hammer against the Giants in this week. They're going to get absolutely lit up.
I'm going to probably be on the Jets a lot this year. I think I predict that the Jets aren't going to be great, but I'm an Aaron Glenn fan. I said this before. I think the Lions will miss Aaron Glenn more than they miss Ben Johnson. I think Aaron Glenn is a head coach caliber coach, a head coach in this league. I think he's a great defensive coordinator. I don't know if Justin Fields or he's going to do anything quarterback-wise, but I think he will have that team ready to roll. I think the Giants win outright today, but again, it's
I'm on the
preseason.
Jets.
And yeah, I mean, I'm on the Jets too. Aaron Glenn and the Jets. Sorry. I think, but I don't want to I'm not running. If this was a regular season game, I'd take the Jets minus double digits.
Sure.
If this was a regular season game, that's how Lenny caps football. Are they going to win by a touchdown? They're going to win by double digits. You'll hear me say this during the year, all year. Jets by double digits, period. Double digit. Or they'll say, I'll say Steelers by this many. Mm-hmm. And then, because I'm a teaser guy, I will fall into a window. If I can get my tease to this window, I'm on it. This number. Yeah. So under 3, shit. All right. Over a touchdown, more than a touchdown. Let's go. You know what I mean? Double digits, stuff like that. But
going down the card really quick in football, I do want to just give out a couple free winners. I will tell you guys right now who I'm backing. So I'm going to back the Cleveland Browns this week over the Eagles. That's one team that I'm backing. I am backing the Indianapolis Colts minus the 6 points against the Green Bay Packers. I am backing the Dallas Cowboys over the Baltimore Ravens and Jim Harbaugh this week. Milton should have himself a hell of a game at that quarterback spot, as well as this is when Jim Harbaugh kind of pulls his foot off the gas. After week 1 in preseason, he's 8-7 against the spread in week 2 lifetime, and there's a reason for that. He wants that winning mentality. As soon as he gets it, he kind of backs off, calms down. Another team I'm at, New York Jets, and then another team I am on is that's it. That's everybody I'm on this week as far as preseason football.
I'm on these are all half unit plays for me for football. There's 4 of them. I'm on the Chargers Rams over 19.5 first half. Mm-hmm. Which, by the way, we gave that out on Betting Outside the Box last night. So that's our free play. Watch to the end of the show. Hit the like button anyway. Don't tell Raphael I gave it out. Over 19.5 first half. I'm on Cleveland and Philly over 20.5 the first half.
Yeah. Okay. Gabriel's going to start now. I believe he's going to start today. Mm.
I'm on the Lions Miami first half over 19.5 as well. And then don't think I'm not on the Lions plus 3.5.
I doubt. You homer.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But I am opposite of you with the Baltimore-Dallas game.
Sure.
But I did not do, again, I won't do a lot of research in preseason, whereas I probably should do more because I didn't even know that about Harbaugh in week 2 preseason. But I'll say this. I think Dallas is an absolute debacle.
Yeah.
Debacle. If I could swear and use more extreme adjectives, I would have all of them listed out. I'm telling you right now, they are a debacle. I've said this a few. I think Michael Parsons is just the beginning of that cookie to crumble. I think this is going to get all bad for Dallas real quick. I'm serious. I know I'm a conspiracy theorist and all that, but I really think Dallas might I think the league could somehow. I know that Jerry controls so much of the ownership and whatever, but man, this could get real ugly. I'm talking about like having to go to court, kind of ugly with the NFL against Jerry Jones. And like back in the day, Al Davis had to sue the league and stuff. It's going to be all bad. It's going to be all bad for Dallas. I predict nothing for Dallas Cowboy fans. There's one D and it ain't Dallas. It's Detroit. Okay. I'm just saying there's one big D, baby. I'll fight you. Name the Walmart parking lot. Let's fight in the Waffle House. Let's go.
Ross, QB
Shop your lines.
Shop your lines, baby. The real champ. Ross Pitts, quarterback battle in Cleveland. Yes, and you have to be careful about that, Ross, because it's become very public, and everybody knows people bet on games where everybody is betting on the quarterback fight. But at the same time, I'm backing them today. Nick Sirianni for the Eagles, 2-5-2 against the spread in week 2 of preseason football. Super Bowl winners. He's not going to risk anything in today's game. He wants to keep his team fully solidified and healthy entering the season. Hurts ain't going to be out there. A.J. Brown ain't going to be out there. Saquon Barkley, none of these guys are going to be out there. So that is going to be that is a prime play, but be careful. Don't get caught on the quarterback bottle. You got to battle. I'm thinking of last night drinking battle.
Yeah, battle. You know what he meant.
You know what I'm at with that. But anyways, Lenny, let's get back to baseball.
Hold on, real quick. Last thing about this Browns thing is, listen, I've been from one guy. You're a young buck, but from one old guy to all you other old guys watching this, stop hating on my man Joe Flacco. That nobody throws a better. Joe Flacco is better than most of these kids starting in the NFL.
Agreed.
I don't want to say better than most. Most is a strong term, but better than a lot of them. A few of them.
I'd say best. I would say most.
I'm just saying. So Joe Flacco has never had a history, knock on wood, whatever, that a big history of injuries. I know he's long in the tooth. I know he's a little gray haired and all this, but the dude is reliable. The dude is solid. You know what you get out of Joe Flacco. Yeah. Flacco's the guy. There's a quarterback battle, but there's not a quarterback battle at the same time. You know what I mean? I mean, I think it's Joe Flacco's job to lose, but it is what it is. Back to baseball. I keep going back to football. Mariners run line today from Steven.
So, Steven, I'm in agreement with you. Brian Wu's on the bump. He's got a nice 10-6 record with a 3.03 ERA. Or 08 ERA. I will say he does pitch a little worse on the road. He's got a 4-4 record with a 3.62 ERA on the road this season. But for the Mets, it's a huge liability. Nolan McLean gets the start. This is his first outing of the entire season. Seattle just put up 11 runs in their most recent matchup. 31-30 on the season as far as road play, 8-2 in their last 10 games, coming off a win, full of momentum. And then you've got the Mets 1-9 in their last 10 games. Nothing to overlook at. No analysis paralysis, as Lenny just mentioned. And the Mets on top of that, they play their best baseball during night games, not day games. This is a 3:10 game. So this is a day game in New York. It's evening game, whatever you want to call it. Same thing. Take the Mariners here, but do not run line them. Take them on the money line. It's -115. That is fair enough. Don't get crazy. Don't get greedy. Try to just grab the win. Win. Don't get beat on a 4-3 winner. It's stupid. Take the -115. If you're $1,000 better, you're going to get paid out 900 and whatever the hell it is. I bet differently.
You know what? We tell people all the time. I've always thought about this, and this game is exactly an example of this. So I'm going to bring this up.
Sure.
We always do shows about what to bet on. Like, hey guys, we like the Cubs today on the run line. Hey, we like this team. Blah, blah. Yeah. How about a show that tells you absolutely what not to bet on?
Yeah.
I'm just think about that, okay? Like, this may be like I thought this up in the lab, aka the garage. White Sox and the Royals. If you have a play on this game, it's because you're a fan of those two teams. Yeah. One of those two teams.
Agreed.
There is not. I gotta believe there's not one sharp dollar on the White Sox Royals game. I gotta believe that. I don't see an edge.
Total.
I don't feel like you should bother to look. I don't like. There's nothing there for me.
There's a total play.
Okay.
9.5.
Can't trust either team to hit the ball.
Me neither. That's why I drove the under, but I don't love it. Why is it 9.5? Why?
Why is it so high?
Well, that's a problem. Exactly. You want to play that game, Lenny? Let's play devil's advocate on who not to bet on today.
Yeah, exactly. I'm telling you, I think that would be a funny, at least a segment during Doc's Daily. It's just one game that we all agree on. Just do not bet this game.
Do not bet on the Giants today with Justin Verlander on the bump. Bet against them with the Tampa Bay Rays and Adrian Hauser on the bump with the 6-4 record, 2.84 ERA. He sucked since he's gotten traded. It's time for him to lock in. Giants are terrible offensively. They finally scored runs yesterday. Terrible offensively. Justin Verlander is no longer Justin Verlander. He's expired. He's outdated. This should be his last season. The guy needs to hang it up. He's been getting absolutely torched all season long. Rays are a very potent offense. I believe they get it done today, plus value over Verlander and his big name. Doesn't make sense. -125, take the Rays.
We're going to go down a rabbit hole for 60 seconds or less, folks, and you guys are going to stay on board. And if you haven't hit the like button, you're going to do it now. because I'm going to drop some conspiracy theories shit for you from Detroit sports media. Okay. I watch and listen to all of it. Okay.
Let's
and
do
if you
it.
don't think that there are people out there, and stop, Gio, you probably testify to this because you listen Detroit sports media too.
Rodney, how we doing, bro?
There's a theory out there that Justin Verlander is done after this year at San Francisco. People talk about hanging it up. They're gonna come back home to Detroit where he started. Okay? He's gonna sign a league minimum kind of contract and be like the veteran guy, like Charlie Morton is, whatever, in that bullpen. I don't want it. I do not want it. I'm going to be clear about this. I don't think his arm is there anymore, but there's theory that he's going to come back, sign in the offseason to keep Tarek Skubal there, because Skubal arguably is like the next, like Verlander, then Skubal, kind of whatever. So like kind of whatever. And oh my God, Detroit Tiger fans will their heads will explode if this actually happens. I don't want it. I don't want to pay him any money. I would love to see him come home and help in that bullpen without actually playing. Like
real
man, you know what I mean? Is what? Hey, I hope so. I'm just saying. Shout out Kate Upton. Shout out. That's Michigan. Midwest. What did Kid Rock said it best in a Midwest. I don't want to start quoting lyrics because that's how I get in trouble.
We got Jack in the chat. It does. Oh, Jack, you were off to a hell of a start this year, bro. The Giants looked like one of the best teams in baseball. Listen. Put yourself in my shoes, Jack. I'm a Bears fan and a White Sox fan. Give me a break. The Bulls, I can't find a Blackhawks. I can't find a winner. It's ridiculous. Speaking of winners, though, we are winning on the premium side of things.
Hey, listen, let's talk about that because I mentioned that at the beginning of the show, and we don't talk about that enough. We'll go down. We'll rant for 4 hours here about baseball and football if you let us. Okay, but for real, Griffin Murphy, you have a big card in the UFC fight tonight. Yeah. And I joke, we laugh and we joke, the two of us, a lot. Okay, especially on Saturdays. But all BS aside, Griffin Murphy is on a heater of heaters. He's never been this hot at Doc Sports since he's been here. How long you been here?
2.5 years now.
Never been on this big of a heater. All sports, across everything. You want baseball? Got it. I joke about him being a buffet, but for real, there's baseball, there's UFC on the card. You name it, you got it. You want it, he's got it, and he's on fire across the board. That shit doesn't happen a lot. Mm-hmm. You'll get a guy hot on baseball, not UFC, or football, not college football, but NFL. Or college football, not NFL. Where across the board, talk a little bit about that.
Sure.
Plug yourself, my man. Give the people what they want.
Yeah, I will, because this is honestly the hottest that I ever have been as far as since starting with Docs 2.5 years ago. Across all sports right now, I'm 13-1 on plays graded 5.0 plus for $8,420. Across all sports right now, all sports run. In my last 29 plays, I'm 23-6 for $6,860 in profit. UFC tonight, we have a 4-fight card. I'm a lifetime $9,675 in profit. In my last 80 fights, I'm up over $6,600 in profit across that. CFL, 10 of 11 winning weeks for up $4,570 on the season. Baseball, I'm 21-9 in my last 30 plays for $3,325. I mean, I could keep going. WNBA, 22-13 in my last 35 for $4,600. I have not lost the top play yet this month. I've had 14 of them. I've lost one. I've had 14 of them. I'm 13-1. Since my 8-unit game of the year, I don't think I've really lost a game across any of my selections. So, yeah, I don't like to come on here and talk about all of that stuff because we're here for you guys. This is the free play. Like, we like giving you guys free information, free show, free picks, all of that stuff. But I will say, if you guys are looking to ever jump on a premium selection over at the website, you can take advantage of that free $60. This would be the time to do it. I would say Yeah, I'm torching them right now. Every single game that I'm putting out is just winning. Everything is winning right now for me. So
It's weird, right?
I'm winning right now, man. It's one of those hot bursts. So yeah, I don't like to come on here and plug myself the way that I just did, but I do have to let you guys know, like, this can't be a secret. This has to get out. I'm going off right now. So
don't tell nobody kind of situation.
I appreciate it, Lenny. I do appreciate you shooting me up for sure on that. Yeah, it's been
I'm
going really well.
I'm gonna give you some stats because you text me and I did my homework. I did my research, right?
Sure.
So I got this here. I'm gonna give you 20-12 over CFL for plus $4,570. 20-12. Okay. UFC 26-17 plus $9,600. Daily props 6-1 the last 7 plus $2,300. $100 bettors. Okay, so you do your own math. I went to Detroit Public Schools. This is as far as my math got me. WNBA 5-0 in his last 5 plus $2,300. WNBA, I just said that. MLB 13-16 plus $3,000. MLB 21-9 the last 30 plus $3,300. What else do you want?
Yeah.
I mean, a tip jar is in the bottom corner. I don't know what. I don't know. I'm joking, folks. I'm not out here. I'm just saying. Free $60 account, links in the description of the video. We only got a couple more minutes. Talk about a game you want to talk. What game we haven't covered yet?
You guys got anything? Yeah.
Texas and Toronto, I think, could be a good game. I'm on, for the record, I'm on the Blue Jays run line for me. I'm on the Blue Jays run line. I can't stand Patrick Corbin.
Sure.
I make money fading him. So that's where I'm at on that small value, I think, on the Blue Jays. But they have fallen off as of late.
Right. And that's the big problem right now is everybody's so caught up in the hype with the Blue Jays because of how well they've played since the All-Star break. But for me right now, looking at this game and really diluting it, which I'm trying to do, it's interesting because Patrick Corbin, he does have a 6-8 record with a 4.0 ERA or 4.66 ERA on the road or 4.0 ERA on the road this season. But he pitches a lot worse on the road. His numbers dial into about a 3.7 when he's at home. And Eric Lauer gets the start here for Toronto. This guy came out of nowhere, 7-2 record, 2.82 ERA. That number is stagnant. At home this season, he's got a 2.3 ERA, so he pitches even better. The Blue Jays, minus 165 on the money line. I don't like it. But what I do like in this game is the under. Texas is not that dynamic offensively. The Blue Jays have already completely surged offensively. And I mean, when I say surged. This team is in a little bit slight regression, not regression, but they're coming down. They're pulling back. Right. And this is a perfect time. You've got a strong pitcher with Toronto. The bat should not be lethal. Then Patrick Corbin gets the start for Texas. Texas does not really hit very well offensively as it is all season long. That's been the biggest issue for them. Now Seager's back in the lineup, and it has picked up a little bit. If you want to play this game, the value is the boring play. It's the under 8.5 runs, which nobody likes betting unders. At least I don't. But at the same time, that's the valued play in this game. Minus 165, 2 chalk. I'm not taking the Rangers here, backing up Patrick Corbin on the money line. And then that total going 8.5. Well, I'm not backing the Rangers to score runs in this game. I never can. So that's where I'm at with this. The value's in the ugly play, which is the under in this one.
Can I give you where I'm on the Blue Jays minus 1.5, but I'm not in love with it. It's small. It's a 1 unit play for me. Okay. But I just looked this up, and I this is where Lenny gets ahead of himself and needs to simmer down and go slower, because I should have been on, and the better play after your breakdown and just thinking about this is Toronto -1.
Yeah, yes, of course.
So Toronto -1, I just looked it up, is minus 117 on DraftKings. Okay, so shop your lines. I just hurried up and looked that up on my phone. I don't know if you get up or down either way. Some books don't even offer the -1. But if it's available, that's the play for me. Would be my recommendation to you guys is Toronto -1, because you got the push in your back pocket. The minus 160, that's too high for me. The run line scares me a little bit. But the -1, minus 160, yeah. And Steven backs it. So how can it lose? So there's that.
Hey, by the way, if you haven't put that like in here, you're going to lose today. Just
Yeah. Oh,
everybody knows.
yeah.
Get 'em going,
Listen,
Manny.
if you're new to this, if you're new in any way, shape, or form to this show, if you don't hit the like button, you will lose. You can't win any bets. We put that juju on you guys. We do that. We take that. I do that. I started that. And if you don't hit the like button, you can't win a bet. So check that out. Check out Griffin's Premium Plays, DocSports.com. Use that free 60. Check out the Premium Plus, the members only section. It's $4.99, the entry level. You get a play from me 5-6 days a week. You get early access to pre-recorded content, which is an underrated thing to have. I really feel that way, especially on some pre-recorded stuff going into football. You'll get it 24 to maybe 48 hours before the public gets it. And you only have to pay $5 a month on the entry level. If you want to upgrade that to level 2 and get the Indian Cowboy, $19.99, $20 a month. There's some good stuff there. So check that out. You got one more thing. We're gonna bounce.
I got 2 free plays real quick. I'm just gonna rip gems at you.
By all means.
Take the Red Sox on the run line. Cal Quantrill gets the start for Miami. Absolutely atrocious on the road. His numbers are worse than they are right now. 4-9, 5.09 ERA on the season. Way worse on the road. Brian Bello, absolute stellar at Fenway. They play their best baseball at home. Dynamic record at home this season. That's a play on the run line, as well as take the Nationals first 5 innings to take down the Phillies over Tyjon Walker. Walker's been good since he's been back this season, but he's due for a lit-up game. Nationals are one of the most aggressive teams on the base pass, especially in the first 5 innings. They've got Cavalli on the bump with a 0-0 record, 3.86 ERA. This guy should come in absolutely gunslinging. His whip is dominant. Philadelphia struggles against guys with very good whips. So Nationals, first 5 innings, Boston Red Sox on the run line. There's 2 free gems for you guys. They're both going to drill.
You see this? You see what happens here? Guy gets on a heater. You're welcome, folks. Good luck unless you're against us. Check us out Monday through Friday, 1 o'clock Eastern is the live show. Docs Daily. Betting Outside the Box is Monday and Friday, 6 o'clock Eastern. Football Release Party is Thursday, 6 o'clock Eastern. This show is Monday through Friday, 1 o'clock Eastern. Saturdays, me and this knucklehead are here, 11 a.m. Check us out next week. We'll see you on the next one. Good luck, unless you're against us. We'll see you. Take care, folks.